Hey everyone, Joey here, and today we're going to talk all about the Anbernic RG Rotate, which I just got in after my vacation, so I've been playing with it a little bit, and the special thing about this is it rotates. So that's it. It does this, which if you like that, great. If you don't like that, it doesn't do anything for you. But we're going to talk about the RG Rotate. We'll do a very quick look on this, and why you may not want it, which is where I lean, or why you may want it, which I haven't figured out yet, but maybe by the end of the video I'll figure out. So let's jump right in. Very first thing is obviously the price. The Anbernic RG Rotate, this one right here, the silver version, which is aluminum, I guess, is $108 US plus shipping. They have a black plastic version, which is $88 US plus shipping. So you save about $20 if you want the plastic version. Everything else is the same between the two, besides the aluminum and the plastic. That's the only difference between both of them. So it depends on if you want plastic or aluminum. I kind of like the aluminum. It feels nice and sturdy and all of that. I haven't had the plastic to compare, but yeah, if you want my opinion, aluminum feels pretty good. Now the screen here is a 3.5 inch 720 by 720 screen. So it's a 1:1 aspect ratio, which is very good for Game Boy games and Game Boy Color games, Pico 8, things like that, but also pretty good for most everything. 1:1 is decent when it comes to everything. However, the screen is, we're gonna spend a lot of time on the screen. The screen is awful, like bad. And let me see if I can we'll do it here. Yeah, and we'll go over to, where's the settings? Jump over to the settings, and we'll do a little bit of this. A little bit of that. The response rate on the screen, the ghosting is, I want to say, probably the worst in any device that I've ever had. And it's funny because we just had the iNeo Pocket Air Mini, which it is very bad in, but this is worse. When I did, and we'll do it now, when I did the UFO test on this, I couldn't believe it. I just couldn't believe how bad the actual screen is. So here is the UFO test, which you can see, it's meant to show ghosting, it's meant to show blur, and you can take a look and see what it looks like on the top there. But if we jump back, and I'm just going to jump into their actual ghosting test, which is usually pretty good, but it's bad. Like, it's really bad. And I don't know if it's coming through on camera or not, but in person, it's just blurry, completely blurry. I was trying to play some Super Mario World, which is always my test game for any device. And I can't do it. I can't play on this device. I just can't. So yeah, we're going to jump into Super Mario World right now. And I'll give you just a quick look at this. Turn the volume. And we'll just leave it here on the front here. And I think my camera is doing it justice a little bit better from what I can see. But it is super blurry in motion, in person, that it hurts my eyes. Like, it was the very first thing during setup, even before I even got to the Android screen, I was like, there's no way this is the actual screen. But it is. It is super, super ghost, super, super slow motion, whatever you want, blurry, all of it. So I guess to start off here, if you are susceptible to ghosting, bad screens, if you don't like the Switch 2 screen, which has a lot of this too, like Switch 2 still to this day, I can't use in handheld mode because of this. If you don't like the iNeo Pocket Air Mini screen, all of that, then this is not going to be for you, like at all. Right off the bat, this screen is among the worst that I've used. And that makes sense because they had to hit a lower price point. But I mean, I don't want to use this at all because of the screen. So let's move on from that for now. But if you're curious how 4:3 looks on here, it's like this. It's really good. I don't have an issue with that. I think my one main criticism here with the screen is I would have liked it to be a 4:3 screen, although that wouldn't work, obviously, I think, with the rotating. But I find that it's not top heavy. Like that was one of the things I was worried about. It's not top heavy at all. But I find this is just way too big. Like it feels weird to me that I can't explain. But it just feels weird that this is so big and then you have only this little bit at the bottom. So yeah. Power-wise, this has the Unisoc T618, which we've seen years ago in the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus, the Anbernic RG 405M, and a bunch of devices like that. The Retroid Pocket 2S had a T610, which was pretty much in line with T618. So what that means is you can play a lot of Nintendo 64 on here perfectly. Dreamcast you can play on here. You can play some PSP, although you're not going to be playing PSP on this. And that's kind of where the limit is. So you're not going to be playing a lot of GameCube, although you can play some. They'll run. You'll have to use some hacks. PlayStation 2, same idea, and so on. You're mostly going to use this for a lot of retro games. So Super Nintendo, Game Boy Color, all of that sort of thing. Especially because battery-wise, this only has a 2000 milliamp hour battery. In my testing, playing Super Nintendo, it's been about 5 hours or so. It's not great. Not the best of batteries. So you're not going to be playing anything for super long on here. Not that you would want to, given the ergonomics, which are better than you would expect for a device like this, but not what you want at all. One of my main complaints when it comes to ergonomics, the dpad, we'll talk about it in a second, buttons and all that feel fine. They are pretty silent, lots of travel on them. Nice push down. But like the R2 and L2 are super hard to use. So any game that uses either of these buttons is just a write-off. Like it's just not great, especially for like hotkeys. If you're going to be using them for hotkeys, like fast forward and all of that, it's not great to be able to push them. They're just too small and not in a good position. So one of my main complaints is that. Also, my finger seems to hit this a lot, whatever this thing is, this part that keeps it from keeping to rotate. My fingers hit this quite a bit. So that's kind of annoying to me. It's just right where my index finger lies. And so that doesn't feel good, like at all. Lastly, there's a speaker on the back. I believe it's on the back here because I don't know where else it would be. And so sound sounds pretty bad. Like it's just muffled back here. Like I can cover it and you can hear it, but like this sounds good. Sounds fine for the price, but this doesn't sound great like this. So it's a big negative there. You're giving up a lot here when it comes to sound. But let's talk about the D-pad. Let's jump out of, I'm going to jump out of a game here. We're just going to go right on this main home screen. And so this is down on the D-pad. And yeah, I can navigate fully with down on the D-pad going left and right easily. You don't want this at all. This is not a good D-pad. Like in any way, shape, or form, all directions do this. So as far as accuracy goes, it's bad. Like it's just bad. This is a bad D-pad. I don't know how else to put it. It's bad. And so you can kind of see where I'm at here. Look, I didn't want to buy this. I bought it because obviously for the channel, I check out every device for the most part, and sometimes I do videos, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I do quick looks like this one, where I just unbox something and I take a look at it and tell you my thoughts. So I was never on board with this device at all. This gimmick doesn't do anything for me, like at all, not a single thing. This is not what I want. But I was hoping it would be better than this. I was hoping that like, at least the controls would work properly, like the D-pad, or like you could use the actual L2 and R2. I figured the screen wouldn't be this bad, but the screen is just, it's just ghosting central, and it is so bad on the eyes. So all of that bothers me, but I don't know who the target audience of this is. I don't know why. So one of the things people are buying this for is to use as a dedicated music player. There's no headphone jack, so you're going to be using the USB-C to 3.5 millimeter to get that to work, obviously. I have no use case for that, so that doesn't do anything for me, but people are using it for that use case, which, sure, if that excites you, then great. I guess some people are using it as a clock for whatever reason, in which case I would say maybe play more games if having a device show up as a clock excites you, because like, I don't know how that, like it's 2026 and we kind of moved away from this, but I mean, hey, if this excites you, if this is what gets you going, if this what rustles your jimmies a little bit, then I mean, hey, go nuts. But I'm here to play games. That's it. So yeah, overall, it's $108 for a T618, which a lot of people are saying is a really good price. The Retro Pocket 2S was on sale for like $79 when it was on sale 3 years ago, and had a T610 and was a lot better than this. I wouldn't use this. If you want a recommendation from me, my recommendation is do not buy. There is nothing here. The screen alone is really bad. The controls are really bad. I don't know why you would buy this. If you want something like this size, and all of that, just get a clamshell, like a Anbernic RG 34XX-SP, 35XX-SP, one of those. I mean, it's going to have less power, but like, this doesn't do anything. This is a gimmick. This is a device that you're going to put on the shelf and never look at, never play. That's all this is. And this little gimmick here doesn't do anything. Like, it's not exciting at all. So long story short, I know this video is going to come across as negative. Hey, we can't all have winners. But I mean, there's nothing here. I can't recommend this. I don't know why I would recommend this. I don't know to whom I would recommend it. None of that. This is pretty bad. So maybe if you want a clock, like this seems to work. Like there. I guess. But like if you want to play games on it, no, I don't recommend this at all. Which I guess I haven't really shown much games. I showed Super Mario World there. We'll show here. Let's jump into just a Game Boy game, just so you can see what that looks like on here. Because at least that fills up the screen nicely. It looks pretty good. So let's just jump into Dragon Warrior Monsters, just to show off the nice screen that has ghosting everywhere and looks pretty bad. But this is how much of the screen a 1x1 or a Game Boy game takes up for a 1x1 screen, which most people should be familiar with if you had the Cube XX or any of the other 1x1 screens that are out there. But yeah, it's just low quality. It's not great. I don't know. The ghosting part is what really bothers me about this. So anyways, that's gonna be it for this one. Anbernic RG Rotate. If you do still want to buy one after today's review, it's in the description if you want one. But I mean, it's not a recommend for me. So wait for something else. I don't know. Like it's a gimmick that doesn't work. So anyway, that's how I'm gonna end this. So it's the gimmick that doesn't work. Don't forget to like and sub to help the channel grow. Come join me on the Discord to talk all about retro gaming, and hope you all have a good one.